G'day guys, Luke here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video guys, we are doing the snake room update for February 2024. After this video guys, I'm going to suggest going to check out part 1, which is the lizard room, to see the whole reptile family. Even though this is technically the snake room, the other name I got for it is the forked tongue room, because every animal in here has got a forked tongue. Mostly snakes, but there is a couple of lizards in here as well. But you'll see them in the video. I guess for this month guys, we'll start on this wall. For this month, guys, we'll start on this wall, somewhere a bit different. So on this side, we've got a pair of 180 centimeter enclosures, or 6-foot enclosures. Then we've got a 1 meter and an 80 centimeter enclosure, so just under 3 feet, just over 3 feet. We'll start over here with my pair of churchill pythons, kind of fitting really as the lizard room does finish with the baby from the first ever clutch, Big Valentino. Like I said, go and check it out. So we say g'day to Azula, who is the female. Hey, sweetie. Oh, you're kind of a bit of phone mode. You're tightening around my hand there for a second. There she is. So her clutch of eggs that she laid last year, a couple of babies have emerged from their egg, which is a good sign. She's doing well. We need to, fatten her up a bit. She's on the skinnier side, but that'll be easily fixed. You can go back in the hide. Good girl. And then we'll say good day to her partner in crime, Emma, who is a very cheeky boy. Hey buddy, how you doing? You doing good? That's good. So like I said guys, these guys are housed in a 80 cm enclosure. In the enclosure, coconut fibre as a substrate. We've got a heat pad underneath the enclosure, underneath that hide there. So just pretty much under there somewhere. Anyway, 3 caves. This one just behind the fake plant. Move that out of the way so Zula can go back in there if she wants to. Yep, she will. So fake plant that they kind of destroyed. A couple of rocks in here. Couple of branches, a water dish, a backing, then a LED light strip that kind of starts here and then wraps itself around the room, I should say. That is Emma and Zula doing fantastic. Across now to the other enclosure in here, we've got 2 more children pythons, both females, so I'm not expecting any eggs from these 2. We'll start off with Erin, who is the beautiful girl. But they're both all beautiful here. There she is. She's a very well-mannered snake, except for feeding. She becomes a little feral when there's food in the equation, but you can't really blame them for that. It's nature. They smell food. They've got to eat. They'll take the advantage when they can. But she's doing fantastic. And her cage mate, Snickers, there she is. She's doing well. She's a beautiful girl. Sadly, the camera doesn't show doesn't do justice of how yellow she actually is. So it's a beautiful little girl, very well mannered all around. When it comes to food, handling, whatever, she's a good girl. So in the enclosure, guys, we've got the substrate. We've got 3 hides from to choose from. They don't share any of the hides, to be honest. Water bowl, couple of rocks, couple of branches in here, a couple of branches, a few fake plants in here to decorate the enclosure. There's a backing that doesn't really sit nicely in here, so sooner or later I want to kind of redo, I guess, every enclosure, get them look different. They've been kind of the way they have been for a while, so sort of a bad thing, I guess, to change it up a bit, make it a bit more natural or exciting for the audience, as well as something different for me to look at, because I'm starting to get sick of seeing the same thing over and over again and saying the same thing. Got to keep everyone on their toes, I guess. Light strip and heat. So when it comes to heating, we've got either heat pads, the infrared projectors, or the ceramics. For those who haven't seen the lizard update, go watch it afterwards. I'll explain something about these later on, or in that video I should say, briefly. Below them, we might as well cover off Chris, who is my black-headed python. She is a monster. I think she'll be just nudging 8 feet in length. Yeah, she is. Unfortunately, the lighting is not that good, but her head is just over here. 1 second, guys. There we go. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hello, darling. Sorry disturbing you again. One thing I will say about this snake is when there's no food present, she's the most placid black-headed python I can be around and not have to worry getting bitten. But as soon as there's food in the equation, yeah, she becomes a beast. And certainly a snake you do not want to get bitten by. But as well, she's got a lot of muscle there, so I would be in trouble. So in her enclosure, guys, we've got two very large hides for her to fit under. We've got a water bowl, substrate, she's got a fake plant, her heat, there's a normal light strip in this enclosure, a backing, and there is a branch in here for her to use, but she doesn't really use it often. But that's okay, we like to give the animals options, don't we? Below her, we've got Ray. Now, Ray's the first goanna in here. There is two goannas I should mention. You will see the other one in a minute. So Ray here, I've got to really work on his handling, as his attitude lately has gotten a bit more feral. He's becoming a bit more unpredictable. Every time I've got to do his water bowl, feed him, or even trying to get him out to, I guess, trying to handle him, he often goes for the bite. He doesn't try to scratch or whip me first. He's always bite me now, ask questions later. So that's probably a fun video to make then, and to see what happens there and give you guys some funny content. But I will. Other than that, Ray's doing well, and other than the fact he's been a bit nuts. In his enclosure, guys, we've got his two rocks that he sleep on to bask on, and he's got his cave as well. We've got his heat. We've got his fake plants in here as well. We've got the Get Your Pet Right LED UVB light bars in his enclosure. Got a hammock, doesn't use that. You got a backing, destroys that. Got a branch, he'll use it sometimes. Got another cave here, doesn't use it. Got his substrate, he rolls around in it. Got his water bowl, he'll fill up with substrate. Another fake plant, he's destroyed that. So he's a crazy boy. He's just behind the branch there. So still in two different mind frames or mindsets, I'd probably say. Either upgrading him indoors or putting him outside. Probably wait till he's another 10, 15 centimeters larger, then go from there. Ray's probably just pushing 90 centimeters now, so 3 feet in length. Hey, naughty boy. Enough rambling, otherwise this video is going to take forever. So we've got Ray, now we've got Rosie. Now Rosie here is a cheeky little character. I love him a lot. Sorry about the flicking light. It's a different camera yet again, guys. The other one died, and I need to make these videos. So Rosie here is doing well. He's a Reptile monitor or Aki monitor, depending what you want to call him. He's a very inquisitive guy. He's not aggressive, very shy, even though he does try to make an escape every once in a while. However, that is their nature. But other than all, can't complain. I'm doing fantastic. I might just quickly turn off the light in this room because it's a glare. There we go. That's how he helped. But yeah, he's doing well. So in his enclosure, guys, well, I should mention his enclosure first. 4 foot, 120 centimeters. Easy to remember. So his substrate that I use is sand. We've got his fake rock stack that he's sitting on right now underneath his heat. He loves that. It gets nice and toasty where he's sitting. Got a couple of branches in here where he can do some acrobatics if he wants. To be fair, he does. We've got his UVB. A couple of fake plants in here to give the enclosure some green. Got his water bowl. And that termite hide there, I do fill it with some sand and wet it down so you got a bit of humidity. And most often times he will actually sleep in that hide, which I find quite interesting. Being an arid species, you would have thought he'd like to be a bit more drier, but obviously not. Yes, hello naughty. So out of the 3 monitor lizards that I have, he's probably the most tame, and he's the smallest of them all. So I find it funny. Above him in a 2 foot enclosure, let's turn the light back on and see if this will help display it a bit more. We've got Caesar. He's one male blind spider python. Not doing too bad. He's skipped a couple of feeds recently, but to be fair, he was in his shed. So we can't see his cute little face, but we can see his body today. He's in a 67 enclosure, or 2 feet. In his enclosure, we've got 3 hides, 2 on the ground, one that's hanging here, a couple of branches for him to climb up on. We have backing, the light strip that he shares with most of the snakes in this room, a couple of fake plants, water bowl, and there is a heat pad underneath on that side of the enclosure. Caesar is usually a really aggressive snake, so I don't usually want to push his buttons. Leave him be and go from there. The next 2 snakes, here we go again, the glare, so turn this off so that will help a little. It helps a little bit. So sorry about the poor quality, but it's either that or reflection. So these are a pair of 70 centimeter enclosures. In each of these enclosures, there's a brown tree snake. We've got Willow, who's the female on the left-hand side, and Diablo, who I believe is a male on the right-hand side. Still not too sure on his gender. Funny how we've got 2 snakes, completely different attitude. Willow was striking carry on like no tomorrow. Diablo's very happy to be handled and goes on. Willow just started eating on her own quite recently. Diablo, he's sorted out. Now, with both of these enclosures, respectively, they've both got a heat pad of with Willow on the right hand side, Diablo's on the left. They've got at least 3 places to hide, so Willow's all on the ground. Diablo is 2 on the ground, and then he's got his cave, which he's in right now. Fake plants, branches, backings, coconut fibers of substrate, then the light strip that they share. I'll pop over and say hello to Diablo first, because he's quite a friendly fellow. Hey, birdie. Want to come here and say hi? Want to come here and say hi, buddy? No? You were out earlier. Okay, we're leaving me. I think, like most guys, he just wants to sleep at the moment. And there's going to be a bit of a close-up on Miss Willow. Hey, gorgeous girl. How you doing? Doing well? That's good. So there she is. So she had a bit of an injury when I first got her with going into shedding. She had a stuck scale plate on top of her head. Unfortunately, in the next shed, that came off and peeled the scale off, so I had a scale missing. However, that is healing, and I can safely say now she's fine. She'll be 100% in no time. And the video quality has just dropped out again. Oh, there we go, refocused. We now go to the other side of the snake room. It's kind of rearranged here as well, only because what's happened here is not too good. Unfortunately, Chappie has got an RI yet again. I just think the 6-foot enclosure that he and Orchid used to be housed in was just too much for the poor dude. He's gone off food for a few months now. His RI comes and goes. Now, I do have proper medication this time around, so I'm just hoping it helps. If not, I might have to seek better professional care and just hope like heck he gets well soon. Now, people might say, oh, why haven't you separated him from Orchid? Tried that once before and both snakes stressed. As soon as I put them back together, they settled right down and yeah. So the love, to be honest, I reckon they're lovers, so I thought, leave them be. Orchid, she's fine. I won't up at the enclosure because I don't want to spread, what Chappie has to the next few snakes. Orchid's in a hide today, so she's no show. So no, she's doing fine. She's smashing food. She actually bit me last month, which is a funny thing that happened to me. And yeah, honestly, nothing to report on her. She's fine. She's happy. She's healthy. It's just Chappie at the moment. It's just off food and showing signs of respiratory infection. I'll keep you guys updated on how he goes. However, let's continue before this video gets too long. So they've in a proper 127 enclosure or 4-foot enclosure. They've got the aspen snake bedding. It's a very dry substrate, so hopefully the humidity is gone down. That will help. I do apologise, guys, if you can hear banging in the distance. It's just one of the neighbours decided to start hammering something for no reason. Well, there probably is a reason, but of course, timing. Water bowl, two big hides in here for them to hide into, like what Orchid's doing. A couple of fake plants to decorate the enclosure. A few branches I just found laying around the garage, so I thought chuck them in there, give them something to climb on and perch on for these two. They have used it already, luckily, but they've now decided both to be hiding. We've got the LED UVB up here just to see that will boost Chappie's immune system. As well, got ceramic in here, keeping it nice and warm for them. I might even bump it up another degree. Whoop. It's at 30 at the moment. I might bump it up to 31. Let's see. Let's just see that will help with his RI. I do find drying it out in the enclosure a little bit and having the heat up a degree or two than normally does help with RI. Anyway, there'll be probably a whole video on snakes and enclosures later on. But yeah, I just rambled then, even though I said I wasn't going to. It happens. Below them, we've got Charles, who's my albino down carpet python. Ever since we put her in this enclosure, she's been eating more frequently and enjoying life better. So that's great to see. Even though she's only eating small food items, it's better than nothing. So in the enclosure, guys, we've got a water bowl. We do have 2 hides in here. She's kind of moved this one here to the side. That's meant to be where she is there. Coconut fibre as a substrate. We've got another hide there. Get the glare off the bloody glass. Fake plant, a backing, LED light strip, a hammock, and her heater meter. I'll probably change this enclosure later on to make it a bit more, I guess, jungly and not, a shed of some kind. So, yeah, see what happens, eh? But she's doing fine. Next door to her, oh, by the way, 3-foot enclosure, 3-foot enclosure, both of them are 90 centimeters. Let's move on. So next door to her, we've got Super Saiyan Grain, who are my two female one-spot pythons. Might be breeding these guys. These were pretty much my first ever snakes, and I rather less complications that can happen to them, the better off these two are. Grain was out earlier exploring, being a fruitcake, but now she's calmed down and now resting. Now disturbed them. You watch these two go feral. So this skinnier, lighter one here is Graham, and this thicker, darker one, Superstar. And my first ever snakes, both are doing quite well. And nothing too crazy to report on these two. In fact, they can work that out in a second. They can go back under there, take that out. That was something that shouldn't be in that enclosure. Anyway, in the enclosure, guys, we've got the 3 highs they can choose from: a backing, display light, heat, branch, a couple of plants in here, or fake plants, a couple of rocks, a water dish, and a substrate. And of course, there's a lock near that. Anyway, nothing too crazy to report on that, and that's the enclosure. Anyway, let's quickly wrap this up. Otherwise, this video is going to be too long. Now, last 2 snakes of the reptile room, Atrum and Aurelia. I am contemplating on downsizing these 2 as well. I'll explain that in another video. I just think I don't really have the time to do it in the reptile room videos. Anyway, they're housed in a 180 centimeter enclosure, so 6 foot. In the enclosure, we've got 3 hides from the choose from, a couple of branches from the perch on, a couple of rocks, water bowl, substrate. They've got the LED UVB in there. We've got the heat emitter. This is Aurelia. He's doing fine. He's eating food. He's a funny bugger. He likes to kind of cause trouble for me from time to time. I love him to pieces. Then his partner in crime, Atrum, she is also doing well, smashing food, and overall both snakes are doing just fine. Nothing to report. Both are healthy. So yeah. So that'll be it for today's video, guys. I do apologise for these 2 videos being a bit longer than they should be. There is a lot of animals to go through, so yeah. I do appreciate you guys watching to the very end. I'll see you all in another video. Thank you for watching.